Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. You can reach us on the Twitter account at WLCN Sports, and we are on Facebook as well, Cheap Seats on Facebook. I'm Scott Kirby along with Jake Johnston. Joe Ryan is not with us this morning. He's on the river. What's he doing on the river? Catching some...
What are the carp? Asian carp?
Come on, Jim.
All that ride, jump in the boat.
Wrong one. Never mind. That boat has sailed. We are at the Logan County Fairgrounds, kicking off the 2016 fair. And with us right now, we have the 2016 Miss Logan County Fair Queen, Michelle Paulus. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
And congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you went to junior high, where you went to high school, what you're doing now, and what you plan on doing in the future.
Yes, well, like you said, my name is Michelle Paulus. I'm going to be a junior over at the University of Illinois studying ag business. I graduated from Lincoln High School in 2014, and I went to West Lincoln Broadwell, and I graduated there in 2010. So I was born and raised here in Lincoln, and I'm extremely excited for this year.
The daughter of Kent and Lynn Paulus. We'll give them a little shout out right there. Now, what does it take to be even just a participant for the Logan County Fair? What process do you have to take, and just kind of take us through what you had to do in order to get to this stage here?
Well, let's see. The beginning of July, you just have to send in an application, information sheet about yourself. And then right from the beginning, that very first practice, you start with pictures. And then throughout the whole month of July, we have about 7 or 8 practices where we learn our dance we performed, where we practice interview skills, the pop question, our walking on stage. And that's about the only criteria you have to have. It's open to anyone above the age of 16 from Logan County. So,
Nice.
Yep.
You got anything, Jake? Are you going to participate today?
I didn't know if you were wanting me in here.
I want you in here.
All right. So you had the big win. Right after the big win, what goes on after that? I mean, do they whisk you away right away and say, hey, time to start doing the tour?
Well, when you're up there on stage, you meet all the visiting queens from different counties, and then finally you get to meet your family. And after all of that excitement, you get a folder and say you have to be here, here, and here. This is how your week is going to go. Very overwhelming. And then you start at like 7:30 the next morning with the pig and dairy show, handing out ribbons, and just every day after that, it's been starting out in the show ring at 8 a.m. and then finishing it late at night after the grandstand event has been over. So, yeah, it's been very packed, but very exciting at the same time.
Absolutely.
Do you get to spend much time with your friends after this, or you pretty much just nonstop Queen stuff?
Well, it's mainly this week, so it definitely dies down. You have your few community events throughout the year, parades, different things that happen in the surrounding or different towns in Logan County, and then in January we have the state competition. So you have all the different county queens from all over Illinois. And then it's a 4-day competition, so you compete for that, and then it's just the remaining rest of the year attending other county fair queen pageants, and then you have your pageant and you crown your new Miss Logan County. So,
nice.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you had to do in order to win as far as that night? I wasn't able to attend, but what are there different events that you have to partake in?
Yes. Okay,
kind of walk us through that.
We started at 4 o'clock. We were out at the Christian church with our interviews, and that interview right there, it's 4 minutes long, and that is worth 35% of your total score. So you can tell it's very important. And then right after that, we came out here to the fairgrounds, and we practice. We were able to have a little walkthrough on stage, and then right at 7:30 we started with our production number, otherwise known as our dance, and that's just for fun, not judged or anything. And then after that we have to give a 1-minute speech on any topic you choose, and that is worth 30% of your score. So basically, yeah, you have to have very strong communication skills and be able to connect with the judges on that level to do well. And then after that, you just have the swimsuit competition and then the pop question, and that's your evening for you. It seems like it's very long, but it
flies by.
Well,
yes. The nerves are setting in.
Oh, yeah. And adrenaline and everything.
What was your pop question? And is it something that you can prepare for?
No.
Or is it just out of the blue?
You have no idea. We're back there in the campers with music playing and that, so you can't hear the other contestants being asked the question either. So you don't know what it's going to be until you get up there on stage. And this year it was about, do you feel like the judges should be able to view your social media pages? So, yep.
And your answer was?
I said yes, because I think that's who you are as a person, and you need to be able to represent Logan County in a very positive way. So if you have any negative things on there, it could come back and look bad on your county with comparing it to other counties. And
that's what, in the future, employers, they can go back and look at your Twitter, your Facebook page. Thank God we didn't have it back when I was younger, or I'd be unemployed probably. But we didn't have that technology back in the day. So, yeah, it's got to be very important how you handle yourself and how you promote yourself, because in the future, those web pages never go away. They can pull up anything. And, if you're going for the big job and, the guy pulls up your past history on Facebook and they see something that,
do something bad.
So that's very important that kids these days really need to learn, and it sounds like it. You're going the right direction, and so that's good. Jake,
did you have to do any singing or anything like that?
No, we did not have a talent portion, and I'm very glad, because I'm not a good singer at all.
Is that what your talent would have been?
No, I can't.
What would it have been? Roping cattle or?
No, I don't even know. I couldn't even think of what my talent would be. I'm just lucky that we didn't have to have one.
So what do you have ahead for you today? I mean, it's still early in the morning. There's nobody out here yet.
Yeah.
What are your plans?
Well, I was here at 7:45. We were down there at the beef show. They're having the open beef show down there in the livestock ring. So I was out there handing out ribbons, and then at 12 here on the Abe Lincoln stage is the talent show contest, and we'll myself as well as the little Miss Paisley Baker, we will be there and helping with the judging, that kind of process, and then we'll be there at the concert tonight. So that's about all we have on our agenda today, but it'll be a very long day for sure.
You mentioned the Little Miss County Fair Queen, Paisley Baker, 7 years old, the daughter of Eric and Teresa Baker. So that's pretty exciting, get little kids like that involved, and as they grow older, they can shoot towards the big prize, the Fair Queen. So, well, Michelle, thanks for stopping by today, for taking a few minutes of your time. I know you got a busy schedule, and congratulations once again, and I'm sure we'll see you down the road.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
No problem. That's Michelle Paulus, your 2016 Miss Logan County Fair Queen. And we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we're going to talk about something, don't know what, baseball, football, or just nonsense. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM.
Three doors down.
No. False.
And we're back.
That's Maroon 5. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM. We are at the Logan County Fairgrounds, I should say, in Lincoln. Just had the 2016 Miss Logan County Fair Queen, and if you can name...
I tell you what, I think she had some pretty good coaching going on there. It looked like, nothing. What in the world?
What?
We're getting a caller.
Getting a call.
Well, hey, we have a $10 coupon. We have two $10 coupons for the Lincoln Speedway, compliments of 96.3 Lincoln Country. If you can tell us who won the 2015 Miss Logan County Fair Queen, if you can call and tell us at 737-3791, you're going to win a pair of coupons, $10 coupons. That's a $20 value for Lincoln Speedway. Phone lines are open, 737-3791.
You know, it's hard on a radio host to not have a producer that's in the game.
Or is hitting the wrong buttons. And
he's a good kid, though.
He is a good kid.
We got some music going on?
Oh, I thought that was Jim.
Well, there you go.
A little background music. Right. And, speaking of hosting. Jake's Furnishings hosting a 15th anniversary celebration going on now through August 20th. Mm-hmm. They're open daily at 10 o'clock. Did you know that?
I did know that.
And, go to their Facebook page at Jake's Furnishings and sign up to win a $1,500 shopping spree from Ashley Furniture.
That is correct.
That is correct. So 15 years of service here in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's been a good run for us so far. You know what? Big sale. I just want to do something, kind of say thank you. So we came up with this idea. We're doing a Facebook campaign that if you log on and check out Jake's Furnishings on Facebook, like us, you can click on one of the tabs and pull up a registry form to sign up for a $1,500 Ashley Furniture shopping spree. On top of that, we're also going to be giving away a $1,500 mattress set, as well as quite a few other prizes. The day of the drawing must be present to win.
Must be present
to win on the 20th. We're going to have free food, and also we're going to be giving the stuff away. So, you know, some big prizes.
2 weeks from today.
Yep.
So maybe we should have the show there, the 20th.
I believe that's the same day as the ALS.
Oh. Wow.
So, but I'm working on some things.
Okay. All right. Well, never mind then. I guess I should do my research before I open my mouth.
You're good. But no, actually, and also we have an ad on there as well that, you know, is a pretty nice little deal. We got a whole bunch of product that has been discounted heavily, thanks in part to Ashley Furniture, as well as Spring Air mattresses and Bimco bedding. They've given us some good rebates that we can apply to the furniture and get some prices way down for customers. All the product on there we're doing special orders from, which is, you know, kind of cool because Ashley Furniture stuff comes here and we get it usually in about a week. So basically we'll have it all fresh right out of the plastic for you and get it delivered right away.
Nice. So go see Jake at...
Stop on in at 1100 Woodlawn Road there at Lincoln, Illinois, where we'll help you to make it your own.
Make it your own.
Jakes.
Yeah, the Jakes. Also going on today, the Chili Cook-Off, 2016 Logan County Fair Chili Cook-Off. They're setting up at 8 o'clock, judging's at 1. First place gets $200, second place $150, third place $100.
We're normally there for that.
We are normally there. But
I am kind of relieved that we're underneath the air conditioner
got a little
system.
AC unit set up here.
They're set up at the P&M Communications headquarters.
Yes.
Out here at the fairgrounds in the expo building.
At 1 p.m. there will be a bags tournament after the chili cook-off. There'll also be a pie auction, a pie contest, and then at 7:30, live band sponsored by Knights of Columbus.
I like pie.
Yes. What's your favorite kind of pie?
I like hot, warm. I mean, just most of it. Pretty much all the pie.
Apple.
I've had a lot of pie, and I enjoy it.
I can see that. I can see that. All right, let's move on to some sports because we are a sports show. Some might think it's a nonsense show, but it is sports.
You know
what's going on right now? It's pretty exciting. The Olympics.
Oh.
Did you watch any of the?
Is that in Rio?
That is.
It is.
Rio.
Oh.
Yeah.
I watched. Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be an interesting Olympics. It's actually, to be honest, it's kind of a scary deal down there. I mean, there's a lot of people that were against it. I don't know how many times there's people rushing the guy with the carrying the torch towards the stadium, trying to extinguish the torch.
Yeah, that's just...
I mean, you think, the Olympics supposed to be about peace and
countries getting
together and crossing lines for peace and whatnot. And I tell you what, the start of this has been horrible.
I mean, if you watched any of the opening ceremonies last night, it was pretty neat. It was a little long, but
it's always a little long. They do some neat things. I still think China's was really nailed it when they did theirs, but it was nice. And Michael Phelps carrying the American flag.
And he's never attended opening ceremonies because he's always getting ready for the next day.
Yep.
So good for him.
It was pretty neat honor for him, and for America too. You get to see he's your gold standard, whether you like him or not. He has set a mark which will be very tough to beat.
Oh, absolutely.
In medals earned and whatnot. So, very impressive careers for him. And I think is he in 2 events? I'm thinking 2 or 3 events. So
yes. No, I don't know.
So maybe bring home a few more medals.
Yeah. Well, he's got a whole closet full of them right now. That's for sure. I don't think they're in his closet, but you know what I meant.
Mm-hmm. He probably has some pretty good coaching.
Think so?
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrific fast.
Yeah. And he probably swims like
Wow, that's terrific fast.
Yeah. His theme song's probably
3 events. 3 events. Well, we got a little schedule here right here.
Thank you there from the Lloyd coming in with the tweets.
We got some gymnastics going on today, men's qualifying, swimming 4x100, men's basketball. They should walk away with it, I would think.
Ooh, they're pretty good.
Yeah, so women's gymnastics tomorrow.
I always enjoy watching the volleyball, both hard court and sand.
Yeah.
Those, men's and women's are both fun to watch. Boxing's making a good push this year. They've got some good talent in that. So.
And that's what people don't realize. In the U.S., boxing is down a little bit because of UFC, but in all these other countries, it's still pretty big.
It's still very relevant.
Like your smaller countries, they may only have 4 or 5 athletes competing in the Olympics, and it's probably boxing. So
boxing or running, or you got the track and field events coming up. I'm not real big into those, but still, you got some of the events are fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun just sit around and see how everybody's doing, and
wave your hand in the air, yelling at your favorite U.S. athlete that you've never heard of to push them along to win a little bit. It's always a good time.
To win.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps will be competing in the men's 100-meter butterfly, the 200-meter butterfly, and the 200 individual medley. So I'm thinking the butterfly is his deal. He likes the butterfly.
I'm surprised he's not in Is he in any? He's not in the relays? No. No, he says.
Well, unless what's the 200-meter individual medley?
I don't think they choose. Your team qualifies if you're in there, so I don't think they actually choose the participants until almost right up to swim time for relay. So maybe he'll still be in one of those or 2 of those.
Maybe you're just making things up too.
Maybe.
We don't know.
That's you, but I do know.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk some baseball.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, snake. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. Lloyd's about to dance.
Go, Lloyd. Go, Lloyd.
Go.
It's your birthday.
Go, Lloyd. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We're at the Logan County Fairgrounds for the 2016 Logan County Fair.
Right there.
Boom.
Drop the mic.
Bam. Once again, if you're looking for some new furniture or you need some bedding furniture, a bed, recliners, couches, love seats, entertainment stands.
Yeah, stop in and check it out, man.
Accents, lamps, end tables.
We got
coffee tables.
We got TV stands that are marked down to $299. I believe they're 60 inches wide.
Ooh,
I mean, you put a good sized TV. You can fit a 65-inch TV on one of those bad boys.
Absolutely.
And not hang over. Recliners at around $299. I've got these upholstered beds. These things, they're selling like hotcakes, and we've dropped the price on them down to $299 and $399 with a button-tufted version of it. And sofa love seat combos at only $599.
Dang, you're practically giving that stuff away.
I don't know about giving it away, but it's making it pretty easy to make a decision.
Absolutely.
And you can check out all those deals. Go to my Facebook site, look up 15th anniversary stuff, and it's all going to pop up there. Or you can go to www.jakesfurnishings.com and check it out there.
And order something. Can you order online?
Not as of yet. We should have that done before the start of the next year, actually. That's not as easy of a process as you think, because you have to be set up so you can send stuff to other states, and you have to comply with all the tax laws and all that kind of stuff. So it's not as easy as one might think. Plus, you have to have a whole bunch of other disclaimers and very fine print when it comes to delivery and whatnot, because a lot of times you'll get something that says, free in-home delivery and whatnot. Well, it's not exactly right, and they'll even say setup on some of the stuff, free setup. That's not all right either.
So they think you're going to bring it in
different states you can get away with the wording of it, whereas if you broadcast that from Illinois, you can't comply. So it's funky how you have to do it.
Well,
and with, like I said, selling on the web, you have to actually be willing to ship to those places. So
So there's that.
There's that.
I'll be darned. Hey, let's talk some baseball.
Okay.
You want to talk some baseball?
I've talked that before.
Cubs are in a series with Oakland right now. They win last night 7-2. Your Cardinals are at home against the Braves. They win 1-0.
1-0 on a Jaime Garcia big RBI.
So he did it all.
He did it all. Pitched 8 innings. 2-hit ball, I believe, is what they did. I mean, just pitched a gem on that. Was his first game back, I believe, off the disabled list. I believe he was off. So, but had just a great game. Cardinals really needed that from the starting pitching side of things. We've had a couple rough outings. Good to see him get going, and we got Waino coming up here soon. So it should be a good weekend against the Braves. They need to really do something to catch a little bit of steam right now. So
right now, standings are your Chicago Cubs are in first place, the St. Louis Cardinals in second, 9.5 games back. Pittsburgh, which kind of surprising, 12.5 games back. They're not having the season that we thought they would.
They made some moves that made them kind of look like sellers, but at the same time, I feel like they've actually upgraded their team from what they were.
Well, unless you get to the 8th and 9th inning, they just traded their closer, Melanson.
Yeah, which that's
to Washington. So
he's solid, but
in the National League East, Washington Nationals are leading that. Miami Marlins are 7 games back, and the New York Mets 9 games back. The National League West, San Francisco Giants leading that. The Dodgers right behind them, 2 games back, and Colorado 8 games back. Kind of wraps up your National League, and
I believe we got LA in first in the wild card, followed by St. Louis, and then Miami. If I'm thinking correctly,
you are not thinking. Well, it's St. Louis and Miami are tied.
Correct.
We have the Dodgers
right now.
Dodgers are up 2 games, and then you got Miami, St. Louis, and then the Mets, Pittsburgh, Colorado. So there's going to be some jockey in there, for the rest of the season.
Well, definitely the Mets aren't going anywhere, and Miami's having a nice year. I mean,
and looky there, the Philadelphia Phillies. They're right in the middle of the pack too. There, Lloyd.
Yes.
And they're below 500, so that's encouraging.
They're right there, though.
They are. They are right there.
Compared to what they have been the last few years. So.
Let's take a real quick look over the American League. AL East, you got Baltimore leading that. Toronto and Baltimore tied right now. Just Baltimore has a slight winning percentage advantage, and Boston 2 games back, and the New York Yankees 7.5 games back. And the Yankees are sellers. They just got rid of both of their closers.
Again, they made some very wise moves.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, picking up Chapman for nothing because of the domestic battery allegations. How smart, how pro of a move was that? I mean, you know, now they've traded him off and got some real solid future players.
Some young kids that are going to step up, and maybe not next year, but 2 or 3 years down the road.
Not too distant future. They really stockpiled, at least made it so they had the option of making some trades down the road that could really, really impact their team if they were contending again.
Right.
So
the American League Central, Cleveland, a big surprise there. They're winning that one. They're up over Detroit by 2 games, and the Chicago White Sox 10 back, and your reigning World Series champion Kansas City Royals are 11 games back.
Yeah.
So the White Sox had a good start to the year, and they just kind of hit a wall. They weren't really sellers at the trade deadline. They weren't buyers. I thought they might have moved one of their pitchers, either Sell or Shields, or even is it Rondon, or who's the other?
No, I know. Starts with a Q, I believe.
Oh, Quintana. Yeah. Thought they might try to get rid of one of those and get some prospects in return, but they kind of just
stand pat.
Didn't really do much. And
Frazier stayed there.
Maybe they thought that they could move him this offseason, maybe have a little more interest in other,
Well,
teams.
I mean, they're talking about how the free agent market's going to be soft this year. So that might be time to trade. Especially if you got some guys that are controllable. You're trading off controllable pieces. Other teams are going to be knocking on the door, and they're going to be much more willing to give up prospects then, with the hopes of doing something big in the near future.
Right. Over in the American League West, the Texas Rangers are leading that division. Houston behind them, 5.5 games. Seattle 7, and Los Angeles Angels 13.5 back.
Boy, they've really faded, haven't they?
The Angels, they have.
You have Trout, you have Pujols, and now the rest of the team's not looking quite adequate enough.
Yeah, that really surprised me. I guess their pitching just wasn't where they thought it would be, and and like we've talked about, several times before, the Cardinals don't sign Pujols, and that's probably a good thing because he's not the Pujols of old. I mean, he's going to hit his homers. And
a lot of foot and leg injuries, and when you're a big guy like him, I mean that does take a toll on you.
Right.
Some friends and I were talking the other day. It's like, how great was it to have him in the Cardinal uniform for all those great years, and how we still kind of miss his presence on the team, that guy that pushes the rest of the team to a different level. And right now, I don't really see the Cardinals having that guy. Matt Holliday was never that guy. Wainwright would be on the pitching side of things, and you can see that through a guy like Carlos Martinez. He kind of follows him in that way, kind of like Wainwright used to follow Carpenter. But on the hitting side of things, we really don't have that. Matt Carpenter's a really good player. I mean, an all-star, obviously, and especially the second baseman. He's one of the best. But hitting-wise, he's adequate and an all-star, but he's not that elite level guy that guys are like following every step he makes, like they used to do with Pujols. I mean, you had guys like Jim Edmonds, who was a seasoned veteran, and Scott Rowland that were following Pujols, and Pujols was a kid at the time. So, it's really too bad. As a Cardinal fan, you still want to see that, and right now we just don't have that.
Right. Well, Jake, let's take another commercial break, our last time out here, and we come back. We're going to start our last segment with everybody's favorite.
Folks reaching achievements, we gotta take our hats off.
Oh, he's saving it.
Oh, okay.
Saving it. All right. So let's take a commercial break. We're going to come back, and we're going to have hats off. So stay tuned. You're on the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM.
And we're back.
We are back. We are at Logan County Fairgrounds. And you know what it's time for, Jake? It is time for...
Hello, listeners. This is Cheap Seats, where we tell you about sports feats. We try real hard. We're not the best. And our show sucks worse when Joe forgets to get guests. Now, this song may be awful as it goes on. It usually is not this long, but please don't go. We'll try to entertain you with the show. So now, listeners, here is Hats Off. Try not to laugh. Please do not scoff. In this portion of today's show, we will recognize achievements you may not know. We're broadcasting from the fairgrounds, where concessions and games abound. You'll see livestock like cows and hogs, and you may even see Joe riding on corn dogs.
Thanks for the applause. Everybody's applauding out here. That's thank you very much. That's compliments of Lloyd Kirby right there. Boy, he does have way too much time on his hands. We got to get this guy. Anybody hiring around here? We got to get this guy a job.
It's his favorite ride.
Well, hey, let's do some hats off. My hats off are going to go to the 2016 NFL Hall of Fame inductees: Tony Dungy, Kevin Green, Marvin Harrison, Orlando Pace, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Ken Stabler, and Dick Stanfel. Oh, and Brett Favre, yes. Can't forget Brett Favre. But yeah, congratulations to those guys. Big accomplishments. Tony Dungy's been a coach forever, and just going down through that list, really good players, and congratulations to them.
Hats off, eh?
Hey,
my hats off goes to American shooter Jenny Thrasher. Won the first gold medal of the Rio Olympics, pulling off an upset in the women's 10-meter air rifle event Saturday morning.
so we've got some gold medals already coming in, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's America.
Nice.
America wins.
Quick.
We win a lot.
What's the time difference between here and Brazil? Because it's like winter time over there right now.
What in the world? It's almost... Yeah, it's Central time.
Is it?
Yeah, it goes straight down.
I thought it was like...
It doesn't go north and
I know,
south.
but I thought I didn't think they were central.
Huh. What kind of fish do they have
I didn't think they were central.
Wow, that's terrific
I
bass.
don't know that they have bass. I don't know if their bass is that terrific down there.
It's hard.
probably
It's hard
polluted.
on a host not to know the.
No, I know that. I thought they were... Never mind. There's no...
Hats off to you.
Hats off to me. I quit. All right, let's talk some football. Let's talk some football because right now everybody's in their training camps. I don't know. We got a game Sunday, or is it next Sunday we kick
I think
off?
it's the following Sunday.
Following.
Yeah.
So one more Sunday with no football, and boy, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're right there.
We are right in it. We were talking a little bit off air. You said you had a buddy over at the Bears training camp, and Kevin White's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had two different buddies talking about it, and they were amazed at his athleticism and his size. I didn't realize he's as big as he is. They said he's the biggest receiver they'll have now, and at one point they had both White and Alphron Jeffries lined up side by side. He said you got twin towers on one side of the ball. It's pretty much just throw the ball up in the air and see which one can jump higher, you know.
Cutler likes to do that. He likes to throw it up. I think where we're hurting right now, though, is tight end. We don't have that elite tight end, losing Bennett. You know,
who do we sign the offseason? Miller?
Zach Miller.
I mean, when he's healthy, he's decent,
yeah. But Martellus was a good receiver.
He couldn't run a route.
Well, apparently he couldn't. That's what we're hearing. But, you know, he was the middle seam guy where it was Jay's. Well, we thought it was Jay's outlet, but, you know, according to Bennett, you know, he never threw to him.
Correct.
He always threw to double coverage. But
according to Bennett, Jay Cutler was the worst quarterback in NFL.
Yeah,
so,
well, you know, his thoughts just aren't really backed up by anything. So
he's no longer a Bear for a reason. That's for, and he shouldn't have been last year either.
They couldn't have got him out of there quick enough. You know, they say
he'd stayed about 3 years too long.
Yeah. So it's exciting. I know there's a lot of football fans out there, and you know what else? Football, it also kicks off fantasy football.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fantasy football. That'll be fun.
Fantasy football.
Are we going to do that again this year?
It's huge.
It's right there.
It's going to be huge. We might have to do it out here.
We might have to do it at the fairgrounds, at the grandstands.
Yeah. In there?
Yeah, see all those chairs?
Yeah.
All those chairs.
Yes.
You have a big board up front?
A big board. We'll get a projection. P&M can hook us up with a big projector.
60-inch TV stand?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you gotta like looking over here at all this stuff P&M Communications has set up here for you.
I'm still liking that droid and drone. And
yeah, the 4K drone over there.
Jim's still not anteing up.
Well, Jim, I don't understand that because, okay, it has a 4K recorder on it.
Yeah.
So you can.
That's high def, Jim.
That is high def as you can get. I don't know if your computer can even play 4K.
No.
Sitting there in front of me. On top of that, I mean, what would we need Lloyd for anymore?
Just for hats off.
Hats off.
Focus on themes.
Hats off. Yeah, he can focus more on theme songs.
He has so much more time for activities.
Yes. So we're gonna sweet talk Jim. We might have us a drone flying out of here.
He's got that thing marked down to. I've been searching for them because they're fun.
They are fun.
And he has them priced at what the competitive price is online. So you can buy it locally for the same price you can online and have a local representative be able to take care of you.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty cool deal.
That is.
And then, of course, you got the Samsung TVs. You can never go wrong with those.
No. Samsung, it's a good TV. We got a caller?
We got a caller.
Boy. Yeah, go ahead, caller.
That's the ringer.
You got an answer there.
Jim's got an answer.
Yeah, you there? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Joe Hackett.
Hey, Joe Hackett, how you doing?
Hey, I want to talk about the Raiders. I hope they have a real good season now they've moved to another conference.
Well, they're still in the Central State 8 this year.
Oh, this year, okay.
Yeah, so that'll be next year. But you know, we still look for them to have a good season. You know, it's a building opportunity right now. We got a new coach coming in, so he's got a lot of good ideas, and you know, we'll see. That's right around the corner as well. I know they'll be starting up practice here in a week or two, and before you know it, we'll be out there on Friday nights watching some regular football.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm interested in what Illinois is going to do with Lovey, you know, as a coach. And I haven't been over there in years, and I'm really contemplating maybe going over on somebody else's ticket, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this year, but I tell you, they're starting to get some of those top recruits in there.
I tell you what, our guest earlier, that's Illinois kid there, she was extremely excited about the prospect of going and watching Lovey's team play. So, I mean, that's good. You get the fan section a little jazzed up. It's only going to help the team.
Yeah, well, you still got to remember, though, he's working with a lot of kids that aren't his. Yep. So it's going to take a couple years to get his guys in there. But, you know, the recruiting is looking really good right now. Like I said, they're starting to get some of those 4 or 5 star recruits. So
Yep.
that's only going to help the Illinois football program, and what's going to help them even more is when they start winning.
I agree.
Yeah, he's got some contacts all over the country, so that's really great.
Yeah, and who wouldn't want to go play for a former NFL coach with all those ties? It takes one phone call, and you could be in that NFL draft just like that. So yeah, it's going to be exciting, but he's got his work cut out for him. He's more of a defensive guy, so it all depends, how that offense kind of, he has to get his offense turned around. And who's his offensive coordinator? Do we know that? Well, I mean, he's got one, but I can't think of his name right now.
He brought him from. He used to be head coach, I think, at Arizona State.
Arizona State,
if I'm thinking right.
Yeah. So Holly Nixon is his defensive coordinator.
Right.
That's the
Yep.
former
Yep. He is.
NFL player who was excellent, just excellent. So I think that defense is going to be tough.
Yeah, their defense, Lovey always has a solid defense with that cover 2. I'm sure he'll implement a lot of that into Illinois' defense. But the thing that concerned me right now is KB, is their offense. And, that's going to take a couple years. You got Wes Lump probably back there right now, quarterback. He's a senior.
Well, Lovie Smith, I believe he's going to probably run a similar offense to how he did with the Bears. It's going to be conservative, and let the defense make some plays and get you in a position, get the offense in a position to make a quicker strike maybe. And we'll see. Like you said, the thing about Lovie Smith is even in his NFL career as a head coach, he got a lot out of his defense that people weren't expecting. And at the college level, like you said, you're not expecting a whole lot because it's not all his kids yet. Mm-hmm. But I believe he's going to push his guys and maybe get a little bit more out of them than what we would normally see.
There might be more talent there than we know.
Yeah,
they're just not getting the best out of them. So yeah, it's about to kick off, and like I said, it's right around the corner.
Good to hear you guys.
All right, well, thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in.
Speaking of college football as well, the top 15 came out, and you got Ohio State and Michigan. Ohio State at number 5 and Michigan at number 8. So the powerhouses are back.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the Big Ten rolls this year.
Big Ten is tough, and
it's definitely not a pushover conference. And but I am interested. It's like for you and I, if we hear a good speaker talking about something, you get a little more motivation. I wonder how that translates to these kids. You have a guy that has been to a Super Bowl with the team in the NFL, has had some of the best players in the NFL playing under him, Brian Urlacher and whatnot. I wonder how the kids are going to respond, because like you said, these are still kids.
Right.
No matter how you want to play it, they're still kids. Maybe they lift a little harder in the offseason. Maybe they push themselves a little harder because they have that guy behind them and they feel like this guy is pro elite quality, and he's teaching me now.
Right.
That means more people could be looking at me. Let me show you what I can do.
Right. Not only do you got to sell your program to the kids, you got to sell it to the parents. And when you got a coach like that, a respectable coach, that he's not one who goes out there and screams, rants, and hollers, and he's more of a laid-back coach, and more respectable. Where the parents might have a little more influence on. Well, hey, we'd rather you go to Illinois because Lovie Smith's a respectable coach.
Joe made a great point. Hardy Nickerson, Illini grad,
right?
The very well respected NFL linebacker. I mean, for a long time, one of the better ones, really. I mean, that doesn't hurt anything. Mm-mm. He's of course with the Bucks there, but that definitely doesn't hurt anything to say, hey, I've been to Illinois. This is how things work there. By the way, I'm Hardy Nickerson.
Right.
That doesn't hurt a single thing when you're talking about recruiting, especially in Chicago
area. Been there, done that. This is what you need to do.
This is what you need to do to be a pro, an all-pro. Yeah. And by the way, we have Lovie Smith as our head coach.
Right. And he's can probably judge that talent a little bit more. He knows what to look for in a linebacker or even defensive line.
I tell you, searching for those hidden gems is fewer and further in between now these years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With all the, not only the social media, but the lifting programs and whatnot the schools do, and the extra stuff they send these kids to, these these explosive camps that they're sending them to. They're getting videos from about these kids from different sources, not just the schools anymore.
Right, and you're getting a lot of these lower Division I kids getting drafted.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one or two, maybe even three off these lower Division I schools where they think they can bring these kids in and work with them.
Well, maybe they didn't have the grades or something happened in their past that these top tier schools are like, we can't take a chance on that.
Right.
And then they go and prove themselves, and that's what it's all about. Kind of the American dream, right?
It is the American dream. Well, our dream is over because it's 10 o'clock. So
many would say it was a nightmare.
Welcome to our nightmare. So that's going to do it for us. Next week we're going to be at Jake's, and
Joe should be back from catching
we should
really good.
Yeah.
Really terrific bass. He's down in our Illinois rivers, cleaning the rivers of the Asian carp. So what do you think his tool of choice is?
I don't know.
Baseball bat?
Probably just getting out of the way.
Yeah.
He's a little girly man.
He is.
So
I see that.
Stay away from Joe for a while because he's going to smell really fishy. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank the Hampton Inn for the coffee, the bagels and eggs and everything they bring. And next week we'll be at Jake's Furnishings for their 15-year anniversary celebration.
Check it out on Facebook, guys, or at jakesfurnishings.com. Sign up for a $1,500 Ashley Furniture shopping spree, as well as many other gift giveaways.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. Good day.